Hi guys, welcome back to Think Tank. In this video I'm going to talk about isometric drawing. So we're given an object in orthographic projection. Okay, so the first thing you have to do in order to visualize the object, okay, I have a plan, I have a front view, I have a side view. Okay, so I'm going to use the front view. Here's my clue. So this is the front view. Okay, so now we want to know how the objects look like. So I'm going to make my things look like it is in 3D. So just extend these lines, okay, like this. Okay, so now from the plan I now know this is circular. Okay, so the base is circular. Okay, then I have a circle here from the front view. Okay, then I have a circle here from the side view. Then from the plan I know this thing is a cylinder, so I'm having a cylinder here. Okay, so this is the object I want to draw. I know it doesn't look good, but now I have a clue. So the first thing you have to do, I'm going to draw an isometric box. Okay, so I'm going to construct my isometric box here. Okay, then after that I am going to measure the total length and the total width. Okay, and after that I'm going to measure the width, the length and the height of my diagram. Okay, the length is 35 plus 55 from the plan, and 35 plus 55, that is 90. So I'm going to measure 90 here. Then the width is the radius of the same circle on the plan, that is 70. 35 times 2, so the diameter is 70. Okay, then the height is 60 from the front view. Okay, then after doing that you construct your isometric box. Okay, then I have to measure a height of 30 in order to draw that base. Okay. This is the height of 30. Okay. Okay, so you should not get confused with too many construction lines. You should focus on what you're drawing. Okay, so first I am going to draw the same circle. Okay, so if I want to draw a circle in isometric, I think I've posted a video that will show you the basics of drawing a circle in isometric. All you have to do is just construct a square. So that same circle is a radius of 35. So I have to construct a square that is sides of 70. Okay. So this is the square. Then after that, I'm going to divide the square into 4 segments. So 70 divided by 2 is 35. That same applies here. 70 divided by 2 is 35. Okay. For that you check your set square. Construct construct. Okay. If you're getting confused with the two main construction lines, you can rub this construction line. So the isometric box. Okay. Then after doing that, I'm going to join the longest diagonal, which is this and this corner and this corner. Okay. Now I'm going to join this point and this point. Okay, so automatically this is one of my center points, this point and this point. Okay, so this is one of my center points. Okay, take your canvas, standing here, draw a smooth arc. Okay, standing here, draw, finish your arc. Okay, then the short method, using the short method of drawing, instead of drawing another square here, I'm just going to project my center points, which is this one, downward. Okay, then the height of this foot is 30. I'm going to project it downwards by 30. Okay, and after that, this is the curve I've drawn on top. So using the same measurements, I'm going to draw, you can see, another curve, construction lines, and I can join this point and this point using a ruler or set square. Okay. Then the next thing I am going to do, okay, I should have a circle here, but since I've drawn my object like this, that circle is now here, so I am not going to see the circle. Okay, but see, if you look at the plan, that circle is a throw. That means it's here and it's also here, so there's a halo. So that means I have to draw that circle. But let me start with the circle at the back. Okay, so the circle, we have two circles at the back. The first one has a radius of 5, then the big one has a radius of 10. Okay, so this is still the center. So build this downward. Okay, and I have a distance of 30 here. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. Okay. So I want to draw a circle of radius 10, the bigger circle first, because the bigger the circle, the easier it is. So I'm going to construct a square that is size of 20. So this is 10, 10. And here I'm going to do the same, 10, 10. Take a set square. Okay, and now we're going to repeat the same process. We're going to join the longest diagonal. This is the longest diagonal. Okay, then we join this point and this point, join this point and this point. Okay, so take your canvas, sending right here, should be very careful when drawing small circles. They should make sure that you're using a tight canvas. Okay, staging. Okay, then after that, this is one of the center point. Okay, do that on this side. Staging. Okay, that is the circle at the back, but we have two circles. We have a smaller circle that is a radius of 5, so that means I have to draw a square of size 10. So I'm going to draw a small square the size of 10. Okay, so this is the small square. You repeat the same process, you join the longest diagonal. Okay, so since I've drawn the bigger square, the diagonal is still the same. I have to draw just to join this point and this point. Okay, you repeat the same process, then at the edge. Okay, okay. That's it. Okay, now you have your two circles, so only left with putting some center lines. I'm going to draw another circle that is 35 millimeter from the edge. So here, bring my things upwards. Okay, and that circle is a radius of 10. So I'm going to draw another square size which are size 20. Okay, draw a square. Okay, repeat the same process. Join this diagonal and that diagonal, which is long. Join this point and this point. Join this point and this point. Okay, and now you have all the center points. You can draw a circle. Okay, sending here. Okay, this is the center point. Okay, so this is the center point. Okay, now we're good. Okay, now I want to draw the cylinder on top. So the cylinder is 35 mm from here, that is the same. So I'm going just to project this line. Okay, and now here is my center for the cylinder. Okay, so the cylinder has a radius of 30, so that means I'm going to draw of a radius of 15, so that means I'm going to draw a square which is the sides of 30, 15, 15. So you should not get confused with construction lines. If you're getting confused with the construction lines, you can just rub. I should remember that workings need to be shown. Okay, so you measure, draw a square that is a radius of square which the size that are 30 mm long. Okay, and this is your square. Okay, so since we're going to draw the cylinder, we're not going to draw the full circle because the other part of the cylinder will not be shown. Okay, so you join the longest diagonal, which is this and this one. Okay, now join this point and this point. Okay. Join this point and this point. Okay, and you mark your center 1 and 2. So take your compass, sending here. Okay, and now I'm not going to cross this line since this part of the cylinder will not be shown. This is the bottom part of the cylinder, so I'm going to sending here. Okay, I'm going to do the same here. Okay, then after this I am going to project all my center points upwards. Okay, this is the short method of drawing a cylinder. So this was one of my center points. I projected upwards, and this. Okay, not forgetting this one and this one, which I didn't use because this part of the cylinder is going to be shown. Okay, then the edges if you want. Okay, then from each and every center point you have projected upwards, you measure the distance, actually the height of the cylinder. Then the height of the cylinder is 30, so this is going to be one of the center points. This one is going to be also one of the center points. Okay, and this one is going to be one of the center point. If you don't understand what I'm doing, then just check my another video. I have a video that only focuses on drawing a cylinder using 2 methods. Okay, and this is one of my center points. Okay, so that means I should have outlined here. Okay. Okay. Should use a smooth rubber. Okay. Now after doing that, I'm going to repeat this process. Okay. When I draw this line, I was sending it. When I draw this curve, I was sending it. So I'm going up. Okay. So this, I'm going here. This is the point which corresponds to this point. Draw an arc like this. Okay, then when I draw this arc, this one, sending here. Okay, now I go to the point which corresponds to this point, and this is the point. I'll draw like this, and when I draw this one ascending right here, go to the point which corresponds to this point. Okay. I do the same. Okay, then lastly, I didn't draw this line, but if I draw this line, I'll be sending A and draw a line like this. Okay, so I'm going here and do that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm now having my cylinder. I can just outline. Okay. Okay, then after that, take my HB and outline. Now, as you can see, I have a cylinder.